What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of
FORNEVERNEWS!
The only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related, and we don't bore you. We get into it. Let's do it.
No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. First story of the episode. Let's do it. This one was a big one. This one, it's actually somewhat of a shocker, but not really at the same time, because I say it's somewhat of a shocker because you would always expect giant corporations that create, $1 million anime pieces and all that jazz. You expect that they're gonna have a backup, a floppy disk, a flash drive, something there housing everything that they're working on, because 10 seconds of animation is thousands and thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely ideally want to make sure you have everything nicely backed up and secured and whatnot. But apparently some companies don't learn, because the same company actually back in the day for one of the most popular anime titles of all time didn't really keep their masters very well, and that's why till this day that anime, no matter how much you remaster or whatnot, needs to kind of be redone, because they didn't house those original tapes very well. And I'm referring to Toei Animation. And that story I'm talking about is the Dragon Ball Z Masters. Yeah, they're notorious. Look it up. It's factual. They didn't house and take care of the original film for Dragon Ball Z's creation. They didn't keep them around. They lost some of them, didn't save them, and that's why we have the masters that we have for Dragon Ball Z. But that's a side note. Ultimately, what I'm saying here is that Toei Animation are notorious for making blunders, and this one was a big one, and this one cost them immensely. This is a follow-up, but even more so, things got worse, and they're continuing to progressively get worse for the whole situation of Toei Animation being hacked, their system being hacked, and essentially massive delays going on. The One Piece anime is essentially indefinitely on hiatus at the moment. Essentially, cancel your plans to watch One Piece. Likewise with Digimon, the latest Digimon anime going on. I'm not too sure 1,000% on Dragon Quest Adventures of Dai, but I know for sure those two, and now we just got this one that just rocked everyone. Everyone's going crazy. They can't believe it. They're like, how is this possible? And I'm like, how is this possible? Because essentially, based on what happened, the big massive Toei Animation hack, where a bunch of episodes and materials in their vaults were messed with, corrupted, deleted, all sorts of stuff for future production. Along with it, apparently they didn't save a couple extra copies around there of Dragon Ball Superhero, and due to the hack and everything that happened, they're pushing back, and essentially it is now confirmed Dragon Ball Superhero is being delayed thanks to the Toei Animation hack. And wow, let's read more, but I have a very interesting opinion and take on this whole situation, but again, we'll read. Okay, people, before we continue on with the segment, I just wanted to let you guys know that 65% of people watching this right now aren't subscribed, and if you want to get notified on this story and any of the other stories we talk about, highly recommend you hit that subscribe and all notifications buttons. Subscribe button, bell for all notifications. Do yourself a service. I'll notify you. FORNEVER News Monday through Friday, all of that good stuff. So, yeah, please support the channel, the movement. Hit subscribe. I appreciate you. Back to the story. Dragon Ball Superhero film delayed due to Toei Animation hack. Hack also delayed One Piece. Dragon Quest The Adventure of Dai also it confirmed. Yeah, Dragon Quest as well. Delicious Party Pure and Digimon Ghost Game. Toei Animation announced on Friday that Dragon Ball Superhero, the second anime film in the Dragon Ball Super franchise, has been delayed due to the Toei Animation hack. Toei apologized to fans who were looking forward to the film's opening. The film was slated to open in Japan on April 22nd. The CG film's release schedule may differ depending on each country and region. The film was slated to open in North America this summer, and of course, as the name suggests, the film will have a focus on the superhero aspect, and Toriyama's returning for it. But wow, part of me thinks like, imagine, and not that necessarily I believe this, but I wouldn't put it past a corporation. I've seen corporations do a lot of wild things in my day. Imagine this Toei Animation whole situation is a hoax, and the reason they're doing all of this is because they saw the numbers of projections for Dragon Ball Superhero, and they were like, we got hacked, we have to push this back, and we gotta figure something else out because this shit gonna flop. Now, being realistic, that's probably like not even a possibility, because because I don't think they're gonna halt on the One Piece anime, Digimon anime, all of these anime being released for new episodes just because, like, yo, no, we don't want Dragon Ball to flop. I don't think that would equate financially for them unless they put a really big bag into this Dragon Ball film, but still. Honestly, this is wild. For starters, how can a company fumble that badly that you don't have copies like on additional servers, on flash drives? Like, you should have a giant, like a room, literally a hard drive the size of this entire room you're looking at me. There should be a hard drive with every single piece of animation, every cell, everything stored on that hard drive that is the size of like an apartment building or something, so that you always have each and every piece, because we're talking about millions and millions of dollars worth of stuff. So if they hacked into the Dragon Ball superhero film and deleted shit, I'm wondering how bad is it? Now, if we hear, let's just say within a couple weeks we hear, okay, we're looking like maybe late May, early June, then maybe they deleted, I don't know, a few minutes worth. But if they start talking about like, yo, dog, end of year or next year, then they did a number on it. And honestly, it's bananas. It's so wild how 2022, honestly, Toei Animation decided ending the year with violence in 2021, you know, attacking YouTubers, and then now this, and everything that's just been going on, been escalating and shit. It's bananas. But yeah, for people that were looking forward to Dragon Ball Superhero, it will not be releasing April 22nd, nor probably this summer over here in North America due to the Toei Animation hack. Pieces of the film were deleted, corrupted, who knows? We don't know how bad this thing is and how bad the delay is going to be. But yeah, Toei Animation, you know, they're starting to probably think to themselves, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, because I would start thinking to myself, like, I wonder how much this, you know, whole 3D CGI venture is worth trying, considering there's just one bad luck thing happening after another. It's like terrible. Honestly, this film, with it being pushed back now and whatnot, with it already having negative reception because nobody's really that hyped for 3D CG, with having people saying I'm never supporting a Toei Animation product again thanks to the whole situation of attacking content creators. This, I don't know. This could be one of the poorest performing Dragon Ball films of all time, or it could succeed. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. Time will tell, but depends on when the time is, because as of right now, Dragon Ball Superhero is basically delayed without a date to tell us, hey, this is when it's coming back, which means it's had some type of damage to it. Okay, people, next up, a couple of pieces of Black Clover and Mashle news. More so, well, when it comes to the Black Clover news, it's essentially a kind of staple at this particular point of, hey, breaks have been happening, and according to this, it just says Black Clover and Mashle, Magic and Muscles, will both be on break next week in Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 17. Series will resume in issue 18 as scheduled, which I am baffled at Mashle taking breaks. I feel like Shonen Jump right now is also at a very critical point right now. They're trying and they're testing and they're doing a lot of different things, because like Mashle honestly should already have an anime announced. It's really shocking to me that it doesn't. So Mashle not having an anime announced, and then them allowing him to take these amount of breaks, because I believe we were just talking about the other day, he took a break, and I've noticed that for the most part it appeared to me like Shonen Jump was focusing on giving like a little bit more established authors a break, people that have been doing it a little bit for a while, you know, like Black Clover, My Hero, and stuff like that. Maybe they feel that way about Mashle, considering it's been a couple of years and it's next up, and that's why they're allowing these breaks. I mean, in general, don't get me wrong, give every author and Jump breaks. They need them. The author of Mashle is a little early to it, and that's the shocker of it, but give him a break too. Why not? And again, it just kind of feels like they're putting him on that big dog status, despite the fact that, you know, it doesn't have an anime. But yeah, so that's mainly the big thing regarding Black Clover. Tabata rest, you know, you try to go to your 8th year, even though it feels like we're in Endgame, but that's a different story. But that was the Black Clover news. And Mashle, again, like I said as well, on break alongside Black Clover, so no Mashle and Black Clover chapters. And then there's an extra piece of Mashle news that I did want to deliver to you guys, because I found it to be a little bit interesting. And depending on things, this could also lead into something that could be maybe adapted later on in the anime, because, like, for example, if Studio Pierrot decided to pick up Mashle, which I very well could see them picking it up, considering they just had a Magic series like Black Clover, and they like to stay close to what they know. Like, they had Naruto, and then they went from Naruto to Black Clover. They might go straight up to Mashle, and this piece of information might be relevant because of what has been done with Studio Pierrot in the past with the Black Clover anime adaptation. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. According to leaks, Mashle will be receiving and publishing its first novel titled Mosh Burn Dead and the Book of Adventures in May 2nd, 2022. Shout outs to my baby girl, my daughter, that's her birthday. And it also says, according to its description, Mashle's Mosh, Burn Dead, and the Book of Adventures 1 seems to be a game novel or choose your own adventure kind of book in which readers can make choices in order to reach different endings. Isn't that a visual novel? Wow, that sounds mad fun. I keep it a buck with you. This is very, very interesting. They're trying something different, but damn, man. Oh my god, we won't even be able to, unless somebody translated it, we won't be able to have that. Suck. I would love to play it. That sounds hype as hell. Visual novels are awesome, but essentially, yeah, Mosh, Burn Dead, and the Book of Adventures 1 visual novel, essentially, that's pretty much what it is. Incoming, and if they're calling it 1, they're probably going to do a second one. Maybe they've already got plans for it, and maybe it'll do well. I don't know. That just sounds like really creative and cool and different. You don't get that often, and I'm shocked they gave that to Mashle. But also with stuff like that, I can see Studio Pero looking at it like, yo, oh, word, there's a story in this game of books adventure thingy-majig. Let's adapt it into the anime. Let's do it. But we gotta wait and see. Either way, yes, Mosh getting this adventure game that it's like, it's a video game, kind of, book. We're gonna label it visual novel. Okay, people, next up, the weekly Shonen Magazine author comment. For starters, we got Ken Wakui, mate, from Tokyo Revengers Land. He said, I had so much fun drawing the color pages that I lost track of the time. Are you late? Is that an excuse you're trying to give us? No. Then we got Dr. Suzuki, author of Seven Deadly Sins, Four Nights of the Apocalypse. The 1/4 scale Elizabeth Bunny Girl figure is huge and, more importantly, adorable, and I wouldn't mind having one of those. That sounds really, really cool. Then we got George Morikawa, author of Hajime no Ippo. I want to meet Matsuda again, remotely. Wait, you want to meet somebody but remotely again? Maybe he was like on Zoom with somebody. I never know what George Morikawa was talking about. I'll keep it above with you. Shout outs to him though. We got Kei Urara from the new manga Gacha Akuta. I don't know how many more times I'll be covering this author, but it's been a little bit of fun. 'Tis the season for me to walk around with tissues plugged up my nose due to pollen. Oh, right, there you go. Allergies, my lord. Then we got Anonymous for Blue Lock. Who the hell is Anonymous? Okay. Since his white day was so busy, Tia didn't end up getting arrested. I wonder if like this author just randomly getting people to post his comments. Negi, one of the authors from Jump that struggles, Yuji Kaku, he should do that. Negi Haraba, author of Ranger Reject. I now realize the enormity of paying last year's hometown taxes, so I'll do better this year. A to the men. Yoshitoki Oima, the author of To Your Eternity. Looking forward to Buzz Lightyear. Not really. I'm not. And yeah, people, that was a quick read-through of some of the weekly Shonen Magazine author comments. Feels a little lonely without a couple of authors, I'm not gonna lie. Especially the author of Fire Force not being there. Definitely felt noticeable. Shoutouts to Tsushi Okubo. I can't even believe. Wow, Fire Force is really over, yo. It's crazy. It's not that I was like caught up with it or anything, but Fire Force is over. Wow. But moving on from the weekly Shonen Magazine author comments, let's get to the next thing. Because this one is big, and if you're a One Piece anime only, you probably don't want to hear this. And if you're not caught up with One Piece and you don't want to know about really awesome and amazing big spoiler stuff, you're probably not going to want to hear this. So there's your warning. Because I got a massive little spoiler right here that just gives a brief idea into what's coming next with the One Piece manga. And if you don't know, oh my god. Now, I don't blame you. One Piece is like 1,000+ chapters, but you're missing out. Because the One Piece manga lately, especially the last couple chapters, has done some stuff that has essentially almost redefined the main elements of One Piece as a whole, in its entirety. Honestly, One Piece right now just had a big, shocking revelation that is changing a lot of things about the series, and with a break following, a lot of fans, including myself, have been like, ay, Oda, ¿qué tú me estás haciendo? Yo no puedo vivir sin leyendo el One Piece. Ay, Dios mío.
Shut your mouth!
Oh, I need my One Piece. So at least we got this blurb, so I got you covered. According to this, it says official One Piece 1044 preview. I want to say they stapled this into the latest issue of Shonen Jump that was missing the One Piece chapter. A strange phenomenon which will change the time is about to occur on Onigashima. Now, you could probably take it as, oh, what is that really saying, Fornev? Well, for starters, you didn't understand the level of importance of Joy Boy until it's solidified that, yo, the times are changing right now because of this. So essentially, this is telling you that it's not just going to be like a little power-up. It's not just going to be like, yo, Luffy is gonna hysterically laugh. This is about to rock the entirety, the foundation of this story as a whole in terms of what's about to go down with the big massive reveals that happen in One Piece. And 1044 looks like it's going to continue going even further with it. A strange phenomenon that will change the times is about to occur on Onagashima. Honestly, yeah, I'm going to bet on that strange phenomenon, of course, being Joy Boy, and I'm betting that maybe this phenomenon is going to change not only Luffy, but potentially things around the world. Who knows, man? Imagine, like, Luffy just changes the entirety, the texture, and everything about One Piece. What about if Luffy changes the art style and animation of One Piece as a whole, thanks to becoming Joy Boy? Like, everything becomes a lot more shoujo looking, and, like, for the next 3 chapters of One Piece, somebody else is drawing it. That would be hilarious and give Oda a massive break. Imagine that. Now, that'd be wild. But on some real shit, the fact that they're amping this up, that this is about to change the times, that this is the strange phenomenon that will change the times. This isn't just, you know, going a power up, you know what I'm saying? This is something a lot more larger and grandiose. One Piece is about to go crazy, and I can't absolutely wait. Like, that latest Joy Boy chapter was something else. It hit different, and it definitely is something very important to the foundation of One Piece, and this is hyping it up even more. My gosh, bro. Joy Boy, baby. One Piece, Joy Boy! So even though we didn't get a chapter, at least that blurb gave us a little bit more to chew on while we wait for the next chapter. Okay, people, next up, let's talk a little bit of Adult Swim / Adult Swim Toonami, all of that good stuff, because there's a lot of updates coming to it, and yeah, I got the scoop right here. Let's read. Adult Swim celebrates 25th anniversary of Toonami, orders 2 new Fooly Cooly seasons, and Housing Complex C. Adult Swim has ordered 2 new seasons of Fooly Cooly, as well as the new anime series Housing Complex C, in honor of the 25th anniversary of Toonami, Variety has learned exclusively. The 2 new Fooly Cooly seasons are titled FLCL Grunge and FLCL Shoegaze, both of which are currently in production. Grunge is directed by Hitoshi Takikiyo and animated by Mont Blanc Pictures. Shoegaze is directed by Yutakata Uemura and animated by Production IG/Nut. Okay, so Production IG, that's pretty good. What better time to announce 2 new seasons of Fooly Cooly and Housing Complex C than on our 25th anniversary, said Jason DeMarco, creative director of Toonami and senior vice president of action and anime for Warner Media. Adult Swim's ongoing commitment to support Toonami with new original series is something anime fans can celebrate every day. Housing Complex C centers around Kimi, who lives in a small, low-cost housing complex located in the seaside town of Kurosaki, where trouble seems to follow her wherever she goes and horrific incidents begin to occur. Is an ancient evil stalking the residents of Housing Complex C. The series is directed by Yuji Nado with script and original concept by Amphibian. The animation studio is Akatsuki. Both Fooly Cooly seasons and Housing Complex C are executive produced by DeMarco and produced by Maki Terashima Furuta of Production IG USA. Longtime animated Toonami Countdown hosts Tom and Sarah, Dana Swanson, are at the center of Adult Swim's Toonami celebration. Their characters are featured in Cosmo Samurai Part 2 and a 4-part anime short, along with The Return, an all-new 2-part special with custom CGI Tom and Sarah storytelling piece premiering Saturday, March 19th and concluding Saturday, March 26th. And yeah, so more Fooly Cooly. I'm not sure how people received the last new Fooly Cooly, to be honest with you. Like, I only checked out, I think, like an episode or 2 back in the day when they had sent it to me of the new Fooly Cooly, and I was like, oh, it's kind of dope and shit like that. So that was kind of cool, but I don't know. I'm just like, are still people really highly in demand for Fooly Cooly? Just kind of came off to me as a little bit like the Housing Complex C thing actually sounds really dope. And hey, if those last 2 Fooly Coolys were great, then fine. But I don't know. The original was awesome, but I never got into the other 2 because I didn't give them, honestly, that much of a chance. I watched like 1 episode. So yeah, let me know if you really enjoyed the latest Fooly Cooly and are you excited for the new ones. The Housing Complex C, I'll actually probably check that out. That sounds pretty good. And yeah, it seems like Toonami, it's been a tough last couple of years probably for Toonami. A lot of changes, a lot of maneuvering. DeMarco moving around, Jason DeMarco, shout outs to him. It's been a lot of dibbling and dabbling for them, but it seems like they're still fighting. We just had a whole bunch of announcements recently. They got the new Attack on Titan. Like, they're standing strong, they're rebuilding, they're continuing, and shout outs to Toonami, yo, Tom forever, all day. And yeah, people, those were some quick updates for Adult Swim Toonami. Some new anime they got coming to the block, some originals. Let's go. Okay, people, and last story of the episode, in case you missed it, Jujutsu Kaisen, the popular Shonen Jump anime title from Japan, has recently released a film in theaters, Jujutsu Kaisen 0, aka the movie for Jujutsu Kaisen. And yeah, we got an update on what it did in North America thus far. I'm excited because I love to see what movies do over here in general when it comes to anime, considering I always tell y'all that 10 years ago, no movies, or not even 10 years ago. Wow, I guess it would be like 12 years ago, because 10 years ago, I think we got Film Z. Did we get Film Z in 2012, 2013? I don't know. We got Film Z at some given point. It was a while after, but yeah. Point being is that a while ago, that was not happening. Now it's happening. I love to support them, and it sounds like, based on this article, Jujutsu Kaisen Zero is doing well. Let's read the details. Jujutsu Kaisen Zero film earns US $8.68 million on Friday and is set to debut at number 2. The entertainment news source Variety revealed on Saturday that the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero film is set to debut at number 2 in the United States in its opening weekend behind The Batman. Losing to The Batman, nothing to be ashamed about at all. The film earned US $8.68 million in 2,300 theaters in its first full day in the US on Friday. Variety projects that the film will earn US $19 million in its debut weekend, which will approach Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba the movie Mugen Train's debut weekend earnings in the US of approximately $21.2 million. Comparatively, Jujutsu Kaisen Zero earned $9.3 million in Japan on its debut day on Friday last December. The film earned $23.5 million in its first 3 days in Japan. Jujutsu Kaisen Zero earned about US $2.88 million at US box office from preview screenings on Thursday. The film opened with English subtitles and with an English dub in the US and in Canada on Friday. So yeah, people, it's looking like we're doing pretty good if we did about that, and we're closing in on almost 20 million. I'll keep it a buck with you. If you rock with Jujutsu Kaisen, go support it. I love the competition, and I'm a massive Jujutsu Kaisen fan. I would love for JJK to outdo Mugen Train, so we need 2 million. 2 million. Go watch it, okay? Like, it's awesome. I brought my niece and my nephew. Got all 3 of us tickets, Bible, all that good stuff, and we had a blast. Support Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's beat out Demon Slayer. If we don't, that's fine. I love Demon Slayer too. I just really love Jujutsu Kaisen. And it's looking great for it, and I'm so freaking happy. I remember it was Battle of Gods, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, back when they first started bringing back anime films to the US and whatnot. That shit did like 2 million in a full week or something. It was terrible. This shit is doing almost 10 mil in a day. Like, times have changed. Anime's here. The box office has seen it. But that's all the stories we have for today's episode. Curious what you guys think. Most important story, favorite story, best story, something that I didn't cover that you're like, yo, Fornev, you lacking, boy. Cover that shit. Let me know. That's all I have for this one, though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in, and you guys just watched another episode of FORNEVERNEWS. Have an awesome day. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I'm just saying. You are me.